All right, so I think it's time that we finally do something. So today we're gonna get this hooked up to the disc and see what we need to do. I think there's a couple bearings out on it, so I wanna change that out, hopefully real quick, but we know how that's gonna go. So that's what we're gonna do, starting now. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we're gonna get in Mighty Whitey here and get her all hooked up and ready to roll. So let's get in and make that happen. Oh, Mighty Whitey. I love this tractor. And last year I didn't get to use it very much. After our severe failure of lube pumpage that all started with one little light flashing right there. So yeah, this old tractor's come a long way since I've owned it. It runs a lot better, the hydraulics are a lot better, and now the rear end has a brand new lube pump in it, so, or a rebuilt lube pump, so about as good as it gets. Oh boy, this ain't gonna go well, I can tell you that right now. The only bad thing is you can't see from the cab really where your drawbar is. If you lean just right, you can kind of catch a glimpse of it, but a lot of what you do is just by, ooh, I know what's wrong. I'm too low. Okay, shoot. Well, we're gonna try a trick here. I'm gonna back next to it, and then hopefully if we get it jacked up enough we can just turn the steering wheel and bring it into line. Yeah, not even close. Oh, what fun. This is gonna be awful. We'll see what we get with that. Well, why am I putting my foot on the clutch yet? Of course, I got them hooked up backwards. Sure. Okay, let's go. 3. Yeah, so we're right in the middle of the driveway, but sure, let's unfold it. Let's see what happens. Okay, that one I got hooked up right. Well, we need to check it over, but first we're gonna have to put that fence back up where those cows will travel. There's a bearing out, and there's one on the front gang on the other side, and I'm hoping that that's it. But I usually, when doing this, I maybe have said before, if I have to put new bearings in, I put the oldest one on the outside, you know, so that if it goes out, hopefully it's on the outside, you know what I mean? 16% battery. I bet we're not gonna make it very much more. Because in the GoPro world, 16 is the new 0. So, any second now, it's gonna cut out. I was mowing with my lawnmower back here, and it decided to destroy the drive belt that runs the hydros. So I had to lay and get that fixed this morning in the wet grass, but that's fine. I need to get my equipment all moved around and put away again, but that means I need to get my buildings finished and put back again, and a whole 100 other things I need to do in addition to just regular old farming stuff. One happy thing is school is almost over, and hopefully that will save me a ton of time where I can work on stuff around here instead of in town. However, that also means that the paycheck shut off from the school, so that's not very handy, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Man, I see the birds have been working hard on this whole thing. They have just repainted the whole works there. Ain't that nice of them? Those little fellers, little fluffy friends, feathered. That looks fine. Good. That one's fine. All of those just got dirt in it, but it's fine. Yep. I think that one's fine too. Yep. There we go. The back is all good. Front one, this gang, which is on the outside. So that's good. How's that one look? I think that one's fine. That's good. What's this? This thing needs blades bad, but we're gonna go again. We're not gonna, I think this one's fine too. It's just, yeah, that bearing's fine. I don't know what we got going on here. Just the dirt. Yep, that's fine. There is one out. I bet that whole gang needs to come apart. It's got 2 bearings out, or 1 bearing out, and a spool problem on the end. Oh joy. No, okay, never mind. Let's go out here for a minute to not depress ourselves. That one's fine. This one should be fine. But this whole section here is the worst. We've got a wore out spool. We've got 2 bearings out, and hopefully we have stuff on hand to fix it. I'm pretty sure I have everything. The only thing might be that spool. There's 2 different ones. I try to keep one of everything extra, but you know, it wouldn't be the first time that I screwed up. Yeah, there's no good way about this. I absolutely hate this part, but we're gonna just go for it, you know. we got to start in. Take our scrapers off. I do it differently. Some people like to take the whole gang and drop it away from the frame. I don't. I like to build it on the disc. So I usually take the scrapers off and start disassembling it and sliding everything off the end. I think is how I do it. I don't remember. Maybe I do it the other way. Who knows? On this one, I guess I take it all. I don't remember. Take the 3 bolts loose maybe and drop it down the bottom. I don't. Close enough. But anyway, we got our work cut out for us here because this is all heavy. See, this stuff is not light. Like I said, we need blades bad. That's gonna have to be next year's project or a future project. That looks loose. That's great. You know, that's been modified, I think, in some way. The guy who owned it before me, his boys have a welding shop, so they've beefed up some stuff in it, different places. I would say they were the ones who did it, but anyway, for what I got in it, it was a very good deal. So yeah, boy, it's hard to motivate yourself to do this because it is a battle to work on, but it's got to be done, and it's got to be done like now. Yeah, so I think that will do. Like I said, I got all the bearings. I know that because I just ordered some more. Maybe I'll go looking for a spool. That will be super much more handy once I get all my parts room organized, you know? I know about where they are. I just got to find them. What do you think, buddy? Yeah, we're not done yet, are we? We got more work to do today. We might as well fix or finish out our video of failures. Well, yeah, basically all the videos end in failure, so yeah. But we're gonna get the 9650 and hook it up to the Landau and then give it a look over and see what parts we need. I did look real quick and I didn't have any of those disc spools on hand. I have some for the smaller disc, but I guess I used up all the ones for the big one. So I'll go on Shoop and order some because they have the quickest turnaround time. The Agco ones usually take maybe 2 to 3 days. And if I order it at the right time, the Shoop ones will be here the next day. So that's what I'll do for this go round. I checked the engine oil a minute ago. I need to check the hydraulic oil. I still need to clean this tractor up. This is still dirty from when I bought it. It was covered with stuff, and I cleaned it up. Oh yeah, we're still sitting great. And I moved this out here and the 4180 out here this winter when those buildings blew down. I didn't want debris to go flying through the air and whacking them and destroying everything. Huh, guess my door wasn't closed. That's probably good for it. Jeez. Okay. Something about this makes me want to confess my sins being in here. I don't know what that could be, but yeah. Let's give her a fire up. Oh, another sweetheart. She just fires right up. Birds, oop, shut off the radio. Don't want to get demonetized. That exhaust pipe accumulates birds. So, rev her up and make sure it's open, because that could be a bad deal. Let's have some AC action here. It's nighttime. Low, well, no, let's just go for it. I like the air conditioner in here. You could hang meat in here, but let's go, buddy. Like I've said before, comparing the two tractors, 4180 and then this, I was very curious what I would think of the going back and forth. The 4180 turns on a dime. I love driving that tractor and the way it sits. This cab maybe has a little bit more room, but and it has a super duper air conditioner in here, but it kind of evens out because, like I've said before, that 4180, you're kind of in the shade more, whereas this cab is mostly glass and the sun comes through and just about cooks you. So I've been meaning to look into like mobile tinting places and see if they could maybe slap some dark tint on it or something, but we'll get there one day. Yeah, this old feller's probably due for a service too, although like I said, usually every other year. But I don't know, as expensive as this is, I'm thinking maybe right away. Whatever, we'll see what we get into. Get him, buddy. I don't know what he's after, but he's after something. Well, I do know what he's after. I've noticed a raccoon flying around here. Well, not flying, but you know what I mean. Now, will you sit here on this incline? Probably not. It has a parking brake, but I don't like to use it because I've heard bad stories about parking brake. So maybe we'll just back up down where we were to start with and take all the fence down. I should have done this a while ago when I had it all down, but one thing at a time. I need some structure in my life. I can't have everything tore apart at once. So we'll just let this sit here and percolate. I really wanted to get my fuel sender fixed on this jobby, but good grief, fellers. It's like $800 for the fuel sender for this tractor. So I really hate to do that when I can just not do that. But I'd really also hate running it out of fuel. So I don't know, one of these days, you know, when I win that Powerball and got that extra $800, I guess we'll put a fuel sender in it. Let's go take the fence down. Oh, listen to that German diesel power. Oh, need to get back to this project, put all that red metal on here. Never got that done. You know, why finish what you started when you could just keep starting things? And you know, if they ever write a biography of my life, I think it will be called Unfinished. So that pretty well sums up everything I've ever done, whether it be building or farming, mechanic work, relationships. Everything is unfinished. So yeah, come on, fence post, cut a guy some slack. We just had you loose. You don't need to be that way. Yeah. Never washed that wheel from when we had that accident. There we go. Oh, that's too tall a gear. I don't like to start it out in high, if at all possible. Listen to that 90s power. This might be the only piece of equipment that is younger than me. Or, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Everything else is way older. 8, 9, and that's where we're gonna stop. If you go to 10, you'll be sorry. You better hold on tight because you're gonna get your teeth rattled. Yeah, power shift action. In case people aren't clear how that works, I'm pretty sure I showed it once before, but maybe not in action like that. Put it in reverse, plus or minus. Right now it's in 2, and if you want to go more, just whatever. Want to slow down, you go forward with it. All right, now this one. Yeah, this thing is kind of jumpy in reverse. It needs reprogrammed again, and I haven't had time to do that either. There we go, it'll sit there. Yeah, you can go in here with the magical secret buttons and tell it to do something and run a test and get some blocks and let it jump out and all this and that. I did that to it when it was belonged to the other guy, and I worked at the dealer in town. We had to do that to it, and I got it. It was a lot better, but it's probably needs some tweaking again, you know. But anyway, that's kind of a wild affair because it'll jump out of the blocks, and I don't know. Someday I'll do that again. It's not too bad. It's just I think I could make it slightly better. Probably need to check the old air pressure in the tires on this jobby too. Now, hitch pin, there it is. Some hungry horse or something carried it over there. Now, this is almost like a math problem. Will it go? Well, we forgot to weld our appropriate ring on our new jack, or on the frame, and the old one doesn't fit right. So all of a sudden it will jump out and hit the ground, and that's when we will probably lose our finger. Should be good to go. We'll find out we did it wrong. Don't worry about that. Buddy! What are you doing? Huh? Sure. Let's see here. Oh, I even got it right. I got the right one hooked to the right jobby. That's cool. This middle handle is kind of a scourge. I've been in here and tightened it up before, and it's a real pain to get to, and it just does not stay tight. It's got like a lock nut on it. We're gonna have to get in there one day and see what we can do to keep that from doing that, because that's kind of annoying. I think it has an Allen-headed recessed socket screw thing through, if I remember right. I don't know, but it's not fun to get to that, so we'll just pretend that that's doing something, and we'll use the other two for now. We don't need but one, so, for this task. It's got a foot throttle, but my big fat foot, I don't know if you can really get in there. I'm hoping this doesn't need anything but grease, because I spent a ton of money on it when I first got it, and again a year later I put all new sweeps on it. Maybe I did that the first year, I don't remember, but what I'm saying is I spent some cash on it, but I got almost nothing in it, so that's where we want it. This was a trade that eventually led to the buying of this tractor. See, he traded me that Landau as part of his bill to work on this and another tractor, and then I ended up buying this tractor too, so yeah. Fun times. Are we gonna miss everything? Probably not. But it wouldn't be the first time. We destroyed everything and hooked it. That Harrow likes to hook stuff, even when you don't suspect it. Alright. I need to get down to the level again, because I really don't want to play roll away. But then we can just turn the wheels really aggressively, and it will sit. I think that's what we'll do. Boy, it feels nice in here with the air conditioner running. I got my fancy radio. I could be listening to tunes, but YouTube would demonetize me, so I can plug in my phone machine and play all my favorite tunes off my whatchamacallit. Yeah, pretty nice. I spent a bunch of money buying that radio, putting it in here, and then I started doing YouTube, and I can never use it. So that's why sometimes you go on the fast track music when I'm in here, because then I can play my radio, see? So anyway, talking again. I can always get talking and forget to, you know, do what I'm doing. So let's get out of here. We'll look at this in a second. Let's go back here and put the fence up again. Such a hassle, but it has to be done. That's another thing that you don't think of when you get different equipment, like when I started getting the 4180 and then this thing. None of the openings around here were set up for that. So I had to just widen everything where you could reasonably get through without a lot of headache. So I'm still not exactly where I want to be on that project, but one of these days I want to get it where I can take the 4180 with that disc anywhere on this place, you know, disc up cattle pins or whatever, you know, get it in places that it needs to go. So without having to go through the woods. I could go the long way around, but I feel that tree limbs and glass in cabs are not friends, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather not go down that road. Come on. Come on. Jeez, there's just so much work to do and only one me. And it gets kind of frustrating because I feel like I'm not accomplishing enough. But I gotta check out what's going on over there. I've got cows doing goofy dances and donkeys running around. I don't know. How's this doing? This is doing good. It's got 2 new bearings in it because I updated the updated style hangers. Harrow looks good. Put all new chains on that and some new teeth, and readjusted all new U-bolts when I did this so that I could get them all the same length and not fool with it. The chains were wore out, so I just cut all new chain and readjusted everything. Bought this. It was totally missing. You can still get it from Landall, all these pieces to put this on. And I enjoyed it for exactly 1 year before I ended up hooking it and bending the thing the same exact way as the guy would have bent the other one. And that really made me say some animal sounds. He had all these twisted up and I got those pretty straight, but that brand new one, why couldn't it bend a rusty one? But whatever. How's this? Still going. Probably gonna need some chopper blades in the future. Probably gonna need a bolt in that one. That's kind of loose. That's missing a chunk, but it'll run. All new sweeps. There is a rake tooth or something. Man. Probably should make sure that doesn't go in a tire. What else? Probably could use a little cylinder rebuild, maybe. You know, it was a pretty rough unit. But like I said, I got almost nothing in it. It was missing parts. I found another guy who had one that was for parts, and he said he was getting ready to haul it to the junkyard and I could come get whatever I needed. And I found some more spring apparatus and a couple of the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The jobbies that hold the sweeps, the tines. And then I ended up buying some new tines, and I think at the time they were back ordered and I had to wait on them, and so I just made do. Yeah, this we broke that one time in a video, and I got it put back. I see that's all bent up. I need to do something about that, or not. I'll just ignore it. That's fine too. How's our situation here? Seems pretty good. Yeah, I think that's decent-ish. What else? It had horrendous hydraulic lines on it. I mean, so that got all new hoses and whatnot. They're already skinned up, I see. That's good. Yeah, I think this is ready to go. Just needs, like I said, a little bit of love. Slight bit of love, I guess. I need to get different tires. Probably should be doing that now, but I'll probably wait till they blow out. This is a pain. When those tires blow and you get one flat, there is no way with the way this works that you can chain up one side and drive it on one wheel. I tried and it just does not work. It is almost impossible to get it to hold where it doesn't interfere with the lifting. So if you got a flat tire happen, you got a bad day, friends. You might be able to chain up this outside over that hook and get it, but I don't think you can chain up the inside. At least I wasn't able to get it when I tried that. I see it's drifting down with me leaning on it with my fatness, but sure. But anyway, yeah, I like this old thing. I've said that many times before too. It does a super good job, and for what I got in it, a guy can afford to throw some money at it here and there, so not a bad deal. Well, I'm feeling much more better now about stuff and things because I got stuff hooked up and ready to go, and I'm pretty well, yeah, I need to just get good weather conditions now, you know, where it's dry enough. A lot of the guys who planted in April, I don't know, their stuff's coming up. I've heard some guys say it super good. I've heard some guys say they wish they hadn't done it. So time will tell on that, whether that was the right decision. I know some of the guys who planted a couple weeks ago said that they hated that worse than the early planted stuff because it got rainy and stuff and cold right after that again, and it just, I don't know, kind of drowned it out maybe. So I don't know. Time will tell, you know. Like I've said many times, whatever you do, it's wrong. So just pick something and stick with it, and that's what you need to do. So anyway, I think we'll call this a video, and we will, you know, get back to this at some point, doing what we need to do to it. This one's pretty well ready to go. I may change the oil in it, and I may wait, because like I said, it doesn't hardly have any hours on it since I did it last. So, but anyway, it's got a lot of filters on it. 2 fuel filters, I think, engine oil filter. If you change all the oil, you change a bunch because the heater runs off of engine oil. So yeah, we may just forget that. We may wash it up a little bit. At least we're gonna blow out all the fins and whatnot, because that's how you kill a air-cooled motor, is if you let it get too much stuff packed up there. So yeah, but it's been a pretty decent-ish horse. I'm not gonna say that I'm dearly in love with it, but as far as what I gave for it and how close it was, and yeah, it's doing its job, and that's what I needed. I needed another thing in this horsepower range size that could pull the bigger stuff. I see that my whatchamacallit is wore out, and I think those are like $100 if I remember right. So guess I'll order some of those. But anyway, yeah, as always, if you like my videos, hit that thumbs up button. It's supposed to do some magical thing and make me so much more better. So if you liked it, do that. Leave a comment, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, tell me you think I'm a moron. That's fine, I know, people tell me every day. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.